Alright, so today I have another unboxing for you, and I have a couple things here in front of me. I have the MSI RX 470 with 4 gigs of GDDR5 RAM, along with 2 DisplayPort outputs, 2 HDMI outputs, and a DVI-D output. And alongside it, we have the Corsair RM750i power supply. Delivers 750 watts of power. It's rated at 80 plus gold certification, and it's a fully modular power supply. Additionally, it's also compatible with Corsair's Link software, which is great because it allows you to not only monitor things like wattage and fan speed and controlling different things, singular versus multi-rail. It allows you to configure all of that from your computer with the application and the included USB header, and that can all be plugged into the power supply. Additionally, if you look up a lot of power supply tier lists, the reason I got the RM750i was because it's also rated as a tier 1 power supply. So it's basically, at least as far as performance and stability goes, it's one of the best of the best. So, I suppose let's get to unboxing. So, the first thing I'm going to go straight for is the graphics card here. We'll be careful not to cut the box because I don't want to ruin anything I don't have to here. So, the graphics card that's currently in my computer is also an MSI card. It's the Radeon R750i. Because I had a bit of a budget at the time, and I needed an improvement. My original graphics card, believe it or not, don't cut towards yourself, kids. Believe it or not, the original graphics card that I had in my computer before the R750i was, I believe, an old PMY branded GeForce 210. Yes, that's right, a GeForce 210 with 512 megabytes of RAM on it. It was basically capable of playing most games at somewhere in the ballpark of 10 to 20 frames a second, if even. So that was my on-the-budget improvement for that. I spent about $80 on that at the time. And this is the massive improvement from that card. So I'm going to go ahead and set this off to the side. So this is the box it comes in, as well as the back. It's got, the MSI logo on the side. It's branded under their GamingX. By the way, it supports DirectX 12. This is kind of a fancy box that they put in here with God knows what in here, actually. This is surprising to me. I'm not entirely sure. Okay. So that's where they put that stuff there. I think that's empty. Okay, yeah. So that is a quick user guide and another driver disc. By the way, I probably won't be using the driver discs because it's always recommended, even on a newer card, to go ahead and download the drivers straight from their website because you never know how out of date the drivers are going to be on the disc. So, comes with a little thank you from MSI in the form of a little card. This is the beast. Right here in the anti-static packaging. Comes with a nice rigid foam box to kind of insulate from shocks there. So, let's go ahead and open that up. So this is the card. Right here. That's what we're looking at. Comes with a little cover over the PCI slot so I don't damage it. And covers over the ports as well. I'm not going to take those off just yet because I want to kind of leave those on there. I don't want to damage it or anything. We will go ahead and take this Play Hard, Stay Silent sticker off of the fan because we don't really need that. In fact, that didn't look like it was anything. It looked like it Yeah, it's kind of hollow in the middle, so it looked like it was just kind of protecting, just as like an advertisement. So you can see, if you look at the top, you can see the heat pipes kind of here, so evidently it's got quite the beefy cooler under there. From what I can tell, the MSI logo on the side does light up, and it is RGB lighting controlled, if I recall correctly. Yes, it's an RGB LED, which means you can basically set this MSI logo to any color you want. Looks to me here like the board is black, which is great because a black and red card will perfectly match my black and red NZXT H440 for a case. A lot better than the old R750i in blue will. So I'm looking forward to installing that later. So we'll go ahead and set that aside. I actually want to set that on the phone. So, you know what? Why don't we, straight off the bat, let's just go ahead and put this back in the anti-static bag. Because I know last time, Tyler, with his 460, made the giant mistake of setting it on the anti-static bag, which I'm sure people are yelling at him about already. So, I want to put that over there. I'm actually going to kind of keep the garbage for on that side. So I want to take these and stick those over here. So next up is our power supply. So we're going to go ahead and open it from this end. You can open it from either end, but we're going to open it from the left side because that's how I roll. So here's the box. Here's the front of the box, as well as the back, kind of featuring everything. And both of the sides here are the same on the end. So we're going to go ahead and stick that there. I'm going to save that box because God knows what I'll put in it. I did open it upside down. My bad. And it looks like... Where does this even... Does it... No, wait a minute. Nope. Yeah, it opens from this end. Okay. Just wondering where that opening was. So, again, that's on the left. Lucky me. Does that lift up here? Yes, it does. I need to cut this. That's why that's not coming up there. Okay. So, first thing it comes with is a giant manual here, as well as a warranty guide, a much smaller warranty guide, another ATX AC cable, which is well, it's a little bit beefier, but it's exactly like every single other one I have in the box off to the side. We have a sticker to put on the case. Can't quite see that from there, I don't believe. Some zip ties and some screws to put it in, so we'll definitely be using those. We take off some of this protective foam. It comes with a fancy carrying bag for all of the cables that are included. Let's see, if I recall correctly, what does it tell me it includes here? We have one 24-pin ATX power cable. We have, that would be this guy here. We have somewhere in here, there is an 8-pin, there's an 8-pin in here in the form of a 4+4 power connector that it comes with for 12 volts. It comes with 4 PCIe 6+2 cables, 8x SATA power connectors, 7x the traditional 4-pin Molex power connectors, as well as 2 floppy drive connector cables. Why? I don't know. Am I going to use them? I highly doubt it. But you never know. Everything has their uses. That would be these two right here for a Molex to floppy adapter cable. And there's a couple of... There's a little tiny cable here. I'm not entirely sure what that is because it's not labeled there. But anyway, those are the cables that come with it. So, and then if we dig deeper, we can get the rest of this out of here. The power supply itself comes in a nice fancy carrying bag here. It's not too overly fancy, but it's almost kind of soft there, so kind of help protect it and keep dust and stuff from getting out of it. And then if we get rid of this bag here, this is the power supply itself. That's what it looks like. That's the fancy fan on it. That's the traditional kind of side that you see from the outside of the computer. And this is the modular side. You can see right here we have our hookup for the USB cable for Corsair Link, which is, to me anyway, it really is strange that it comes that way, because it doesn't come with anything beefy on here. It comes with your USB header on one side, but then the other side isn't anything more than a simple mini USB connector, which is strange, because you think if you've got all these beefy cables that are plugged in and kind of lock into place, you would think there would be something like that on here. So, I mean, I never looked into it. I guess in some form it does kind of make sense, but it confused me. So it looks like the other one there. Yeah. So this little 4-pin cable looks like some sort of deal that works with Corsair Link as well. There's also a fan test button on here, which is nice. And yeah, so that's the power supply. So anyway, that's it for this unboxing. So hopefully sometime soon, because I am really anxious to get both of these in my system here. Hopefully we'll be able to do, some sort of graphics rendering and higher end kind of video editing and stuff off of both of these. And it'll definitely benefit me personally, as well as benefiting us here at A&T Technologies with being able to produce videos and everything faster. And hopefully that'll help and everything with that. Anyway, that being said, I'm hoping, and I think we might actually have sometime soon a kind of a build log / time lapse of ripping out my old power supply and graphics card and putting these puppies in and testing everything out and making sure everything works. Although, like I said, I am fairly anxious to get everything in here, so I don't know if I'm going to bother to record it. I may or may not. If I do, it should be up maybe around the 1 week mark from the time you guys are seeing this. If not, if it's any longer, if it's unusually longer than what I expect it to be there, I'll make an announcement somewhere. If I end up not doing it, I'll probably make an announcement as well, but you just won't see a video. Other than that, we have 3 more videos planned. I did an unboxing as well. If you do Rubik's Cube solving and speed cubing, you'll recognize these names. You'll probably know what I'm talking about here. I did an unboxing of, I recorded earlier an unboxing of the Moyu branded Weichuang 5x5, as well as the YJ Moyu branded Guoguan Yuxiao 3x3. That's fairly new as well. I'm fairly fond of both of those cubes. So I did an unboxing of those and kind of a generic, real quick first impressions off of that. In addition to that, I plan to do a formal first impressions and a formal review somewhere down the line as well. So hopefully the first 2 of those, the first impressions and the unboxing, should be coming up shortly, maybe within a week or 2 of this video. Although, depending on the upload schedule, it might actually be out already by the time you see this, because I might end up uploading this one later. And then somewhere down the line, after I've had both of those cubes a while, I'll do a more formal review on both of those. So that should be the 1 unboxing, 2 first impressions each on each cube, and then maybe a month from the initial first impressions, you'll see a formal kind of review and final thoughts on both of those cubes once I've gotten a feel for them. So Anyway, stay tuned for those. You know the drill. If you like this video, like it. If you disliked it, hit that dislike button. If you want to keep notified of new content and everything, hit the subscribe button below, and that'll notify you of new videos that you can watch that we upload. If you have any thoughts, leave them down below in the comments, and we'll be sure to read them. And if you have any comments or concerns or thoughts on the videos or suggestions of what we should do next, feel free to let us know, and we'll try our best to do them. Anyway, thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more.